President Trump and his lawyers want the U.S. Supreme Court of the United States to read the Washington Post, specifically this December 23rd article, which features an interview with January 6th Committee Chairman Benny Thompson, a Democrat, who said the panel is looking into ordering the Justice Department to open a criminal probe into the former president. Joining us now, CNN congressional correspondent Ryan Nobles. Ryan, why do Trump's lawyers want the U.S. Supreme Court to read this article so badly?
Well, it's based on the premise that the former president and many of his allies have made trying to undercut the credibility of the January 6th Select Committee. They argue that the committee does not have at its specific goal a legislative purpose, meaning that the reason that this committee exists is to draft legislation that would ultimately lead to laws, but instead, in their mind, it's nothing more than an attempt to try and catch either the former president or his allies in some sort of criminal conspiracy that would ultimately lead to criminal charges. Now, this is something the committee has soundly rejected. They've said that, indeed, their main goal is a legislative purpose, and at the end of all of this, they hope to tell a story as to what happened on January 6th and then offer up some tangible legislative fixes to prevent something like this from ever happening again. Still, the Trump lawyers believe that this is an opportunity for the courts to prevent the National Archives from handing over a whole tranche of documents under the banner of executive privilege. At this point, Jake, it's not clear whether or not the Supreme Court will even take this case up, let alone settle this dispute.
And Ryan, the Justice Department responded to Trump's request?
Yeah, that's right. The Justice Department argues that they're siding, of course, with the Biden administration on this. And remember, it is the White House and the current occupant of the White House that gets to determine where executive privilege lies. And in this case, they believe that the protection of the former president and his interests are outweighed by the interests of the public, the general public and the American people, to get to the bottom of what exactly happened on January 6th, and that the collection of this information and the distilling of it is necessary by the January 6th Select Committee. That's their argument. It's going to be, of course, up to the courts to decide which side is correct, if, of course, Jake, the Supreme Court even decides whether or not they're going to deal with this.